afternoon, it's Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England. Not much to show you crochet wise because I've had a flare up of the tendinitis again. I saw my osteopath on Tuesday and he says that he thinks I've been aggravating it myself, so I've tried to lay off doing anything too repetitive with it really. It turns out I have aggravated it slightly by doing the wrong exercises, so I'm back to the towel behind the back and pulling my left arm up a bit, hoping it'll get some more movement. So that's the shoulder news. I'm very tired as well. I just feel the fatigue at the moment, so I haven't got an awful lot to show you. Now, firstly though, before I show you anything else, this is my latest painted item that I did at the pottery session, and so it's the cat gunk. I think it has come out perfect. If you remember, we've talked about how to make the fur look like fur, and just doing the one coat quite lightly has given it that mottle effect that looks a bit like fur. The art I could have done to give a second coat, but it's all a learning process, so next time I go hopefully it'll get slightly bit better. That said, perfectly happy with it. Don't know where I'm going to put it, but I will find somewhere for it. So that's my ginger cat. Now, what else have I got to show you? Oh yes, so I haven't done a lot of crochet, but I've had a bee in my bonnet about getting rid of all my plush yarn lately. I bought a load when I was down in Torquay, and I think it was called the Crafty Stitch was the shop that I went to. Really don't like this stuff anyway. I'm not really a big fan of plush yarn. It feels lovely when you've done it, it's just I don't really like it. The one that I got down there to do the little amigurumi projects, it was really too thick for that because they were very small items and it just wouldn't work out for me. But so I thought, right, I'll do them as cat blankets for the charity. I don't normally show you my cat blankets because I just usually do a big granny square. It's very simple and I just do them with whatever yarn I've got, you know. Double it up if needs be, or you know, like if it's chunky, just do it as chunky. But I thought, let's use it up. I had 5 balls that I got down there, which was the extra thick stuff, so I'm getting through them. I've done 2 so far. So I've done the first one with the mustardy and the dark red. So I always follow the same sort of thing with my cat blankets. The 16-inch square or thereabouts, give or take. You don't have to be precise. And this is what this has worked out as. I did I just did 41 along, 41 chains. Did a row back from the second chain on, doing half trebles because I've read somewhere that half treble is a better stitch for doing plushy blankets. Less likelihood of the stitches sort of like looping when it goes in the wash. And when I measured it, it was 16 inches precisely, so that worked out perfectly. So it just 40 all the way along, never dropped a stitch in either of them. It was easy to see was this, there's no fluff with it. That's the advantage of this one that I bought from the Crafty Stitch. There was no fluff at all. It just, you know, it doesn't shed at all. So that's that one. And then the next one, like I say, I wouldn't normally bother you with these. It's just because I'm talking about the plush yarn. So then I've done this one with the green and the fawny colour, and that's same. It just went, obviously I hadn't made formula by then, so 41 chains 40 along and kept going. Like again, same, didn't drop a stitch, really worked out very well, easy to see the stitches. And I've got one more ball of that size, and I've got some that's Signet Jelly Baby. Now they may go together. If they don't, they don't. I'll have to just, well, I'll probably donate it if I can't do another full one with the thicker yarn. So I implied that I'm going to tell you why I don't like this plushy yarn. And again, I may cause offence. I'm sorry if I do that, but it's how I feel. So I accept that plush yarn makes lovely, nice, soft baby toys and blankets. However, my point is, should 100% polyester be recommended for children? It can cause overeating, you know, I mean, kids can be allergic to anything, but they can be allergic to it. There's the fire risk of polyester. I just doesn't sit easy with me at all. And now, from what I've read, now I know I do use acrylic yarn, so that's the same, it does contain plastic, but there again, it's this argument, you know, natural versus something that's vegan or whatever, you know. But it does shed microplastics. I think particularly the polyester sheds microplastics in the wash. That obviously goes into the ecosystem. We end up digesting it and it's causing all sorts of problems in the oceans. So we know this is a bad thing. So should we be encouraging the use of this polyester yarn? So that's that one. I mean, we all know now you should sort of like look for natural fibres to wear. So why would you? You know, why would you put this polyester, you know, like this? And if it's for babies, it's going to need washing a lot, isn't it? So that's one thing. I'm using up all my acrylics that I've got so far. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. I may go to natural. I don't know. I mean, obviously I like doing amigurumis in cotton, so that's not an issue. I enjoy doing that scarf in wool for myself. It's a minefield. I don't know what to do. But I don't feel happy with using this polyester yarn at all, you know. And like I say, if it's shedding microplastics, it's very bad. So, you know, like I say, this particular yarn, I have to say, it performed fairly well, you know. Now, my controversial bit, I've always, right from the beginning, I love doing my amigurumi, and I love doing them, you know, in cotton. I like a nice, something that comes out really well and it's clever and looks good and people can appreciate it. I find doing amigurumi in the plush yarn, I find it quite lazy crochet. It works up so quickly. People charge a lot of money to sell them, and I do feel like it's a bit of a rip-off, personally speaking, especially when you take into account the polyester element. I am against anything that's exploitative, and I can't stop feeling like it's exploitative. With the speed it works up and the lack of complication in something that's made in plush yarn, is my personal opinion, pro rata, it's not, it is a rip-off. Anyway, that is how I feel about it. It's obviously down to everybody's judgment and their own personal thoughts on it as to what you do. I am not telling anybody what to do, and I never would. So, well, I do if it harms things like letting balloons off and things. I do speak up then, but you know, generally speaking, this is down to your own conscience. But that's how I feel. Why are we flooding the world with more plastics? We don't need to. Anyway, that is where I'm going with that one. So that's a minor rant on the subject. Now then, that said, this week's square. It's number 31 berries. It's in the Year of Granny Squares book, and it's been run by Jenny at In My Spare Time Crochet. Now, I really like doing things like bobble stitches. I think it looks lovely, but again, it's got a good part of backwards and forwards. It's in double crochets, which is single crochets in the US. So a bit boring in that respect, but it does look okay once you've done it. I quite like the look of it, I must say. I haven't got any red, unfortunately, in my selection of colours for autumn. I think I've totally got that wrong, the colours I've got. But so I've done it in orange, which is the nearest thing to red. No, it matters, you can do it in anything, can't you? But I just thought if it's going to be berries, it ought to look something like, you know. So I've done that one. It was very easy. I've worked that up in maybe 2 hours, something like that. Very easy to do that one. But like I say, I wish we had more round ones. You know I do. Working in the round rather. So next week, that said, we've got another backwards and forwards with that one. So please give us strength, basically. Even when we go back to working in the round, it looks like it's all in the same stitch. But anyway, it has got some different colours in as that, so that's something. So anyway, you know me and how I feel about backwards and forwards. But anyway, it's still a fun one with the bobbles. I like the bobbles. So that's that one. I don't think I've anything else to show you because, like I say, can't do much at the moment with the shoulder as it is. I have got an idea for trying something new because if I'm going to have to cut down crochet for a while, not for long, it'll just be, however long it takes to get this back to something like, and then I'll overwork it again and it'll go, we'll start the vicious circle again. But I just wanted to show you what I had done. I have got this idea for doing something new, but it'll have to be on a day when I've got a full day, and I will come on and tell you what that is. I think that's it though for now. The weather's quite nice. It's been sunny last couple of days. It's even been up to about 16 degrees, which feels very spring-like. I'm sure we'll still have a blast of cold to come because we usually do. And I think that's it really. I don't think I've got a lot else to tell you. I hope I've covered everything there actually. So I shall wish you well for the weekend. Take good care of yourselves and I'll see you.